Icarus, space, survival, building, and bears. What you're watching is the trailer for Icarus, which was released quite a while ago. And I guess I would say a while ago, but it was quite a while ago. Anyways, Icarus is a game that caught my attention when I saw the streamer Glitchy play it when he was live on Twitch during a beta weekend around 4 weeks ago. Now, I'm not one for reviews, but I figured why not give it a shot. I am in no way a good reviewer person, but I wanted to share my opinion on this game because I feel like it would be a good game for friends to play on and have some fun times on, create those memories, I also logged about 30 hours so far between the first 2 beta weekends already and had a ton of fun doing so that's another reason. So what is Icarus, you ask? Well, this is what their site says. Well, humanity's greatest mistake once destined to be a second Earth. When terraforming collapsed, so did humanity's hopes of colonizing a new world. When xenobiologists discovered the cause of the failure, exotic matter, the new interest was ignited. Valuable beyond reckoning, these exotics unlocked advanced new technologies and sparked an interstellar gold rush. The first cohort were the first to arrive at Icarus, part adventurer, part prospector. They came along in groups, seeking their fortunes, dropping into the surface for unlimited time permits, harvesting the planet's resources to survive, extracting exotics before returning to space. In orbit, exotics unlock advanced tech to take on more challenging drops. Those that get left behind are lost forever. I'm not the best reader, I will say that right now. I'm sorry. I have like a 3rd grade leaving level. I'm just kidding, but I'm not the best reader, we're not all perfect, anyways, moving on. Now, Icarus honestly is the first game in a while that I'm super excited about. The tech tree alone was very impressive, and I have very high hopes for the finished product. My only issue with the game so far is the bears. I really do not like the bears, but that's okay. I hope that they have different difficulties later on, so you can get better at surviving and learning the game. Just like on Minecraft, you go from easy to normal to hard to hardcore. You can up the ante, from each one, and learn the game a little more with each one and so on. It's still pretty fun despite the bears, in my opinion, but the bears are pretty OP. But I mean, like I said, that's just my opinion. They come after you from 10 miles away, it seems like, and they kill you like it's nothing. And if you don't have any weapons or tools like you would at the beginning of the game, you do not stand a chance, which is what bugs me the most about it. There was a moment where I spawned in, ran a little bit, and got killed by a bear. Then the bear just kind of hovered around the area where I was spawning, and it wasn't very fun. I had to leave that prospect and start a new one, which is okay. I mean, which isn't horrible, but still, it's kind of it's kind of like a thing that if you're a new player, that would kind of get annoying, or that would be a terrible first impression if that happens. Loading up the game, you get this series of images and footage and stuff like that, and I think it's really cool and really cool animation. I think that they did a really good job on this. I really like the graphics behind it. I like the realism behind it, and I think that it looks really clean and sleek. Something fun or nice to watch while you're loading up the game. As for other games, just kind of have the company logos or stuff like that. As for this is kind of like a nice video to watch and something to kind of look at and just be like, oh, this is really cool in my opinion. So when you first start the game and start your first prospect, or create your first character, I should say, you have tons of creative options, kind of in a way, not really, but there's enough options to kind of make it your own, which is cool because I like being able to create my own character and create my own person and stuff like that in a game. And this is really cool in my opinion, being able to create and make it different than other people's and also make it your own. I think that's a really cool way to kind of express yourself in a video game and stuff like that. So personally, I love the tech tree because of all the different tiers and how well it is laid out. I think this is done super well, and honestly is my favorite tech tree in a game to date. Also, there's just so much to grind and work towards. It's crazy. Outside the tech tree, you have talents, which are kind of like power-ups in my opinion. More stamina, more health. You can get more stuff when gathering resources. Just quality of life power-ups to help you with your character survival. Moving on to the tree chopping as well as the mining are also my favorite things in the game. These aspects are just so satisfying when gathering resources. The fact that the tree has to be hit all the way down to little logs, whatever you want to call it, is so cool in my opinion, and such a nice feeling when gathering wood. The mining is also super nice because it's voxelized, if that's the word. I believe that's the word, voxelized maybe, I don't know. It is super clean and super nice in my opinion, and it's definitely kind of a nice touch and a more satisfying feel to the game. The gameplay alone is pretty fluid and nice. You have typical survival things to worry about outside of bears and other creatures. You have your thirst and hydration, your hunger, and then your oxygen. Oxygen is a little annoying because you need to get an oxidizer right away in the beginning if you don't want to worry about oxygen being such a problem, but it's also not too terrible to where it's like a deal breaker. I feel like the play also feels very nice and fluid with no choppy movements or anything, which is nice because a lot of games could have better movement, but that's just me. That's my opinion. The graphics are also super pretty. I remember watching the trailer at the beginning of the video that I showed and thinking that that's what the game looked like. I wasn't impressed by it. Reality is that the graphics are very clean, and honestly, I really like the graphics. They are very nice, and they seem to fit the aesthetic very well, in my opinion. I love watching the clouds roll in and then watching the sun come back out or watch the sunset. It's super cool and a very realistic feeling, in my opinion, because it's just you can tell they spent a lot of time on it. Now, this is kind of a short video, but this is just kind of like my beginning thoughts on Icarus. I plan on doing a video later on with Icarus, with like a more release, when it's more released and everything, when it's not in beta and it's the full release product. But right now it's just in beta, and as of recording this video, there's another beta weekend coming up, and I'm super excited for it. I for sure think I will grind this game a lot when it releases, because it's a great game, and I probably will end up making content with it. I love this game already, and we don't even have the full game yet, and it's fun to I played with a few friends already too, and we had a lot of fun, and we also played jokes on each other, and it was a lot of fun. You definitely can create memories with people, and it's just one of those games you can play with your friends and create memories with, and it's super nice in my opinion. What do you guys think about the game? If you played it, and if you saw gameplay of it. I know Shroud played it a lot. I know Giant Waffle played it. There's a lot. I know Soren played it. There's a lot of people, the higher streamers, that played it. What do you guys think of it? I think it's a good game. I think it's gonna be a great game upon release. I'm honestly curious what a lot of other people have to say about it. A lot of people that I know are saying it's kind of a ripoff of Ark, which I could see. Ark is kind of like, you know, it does look like Ark, kind of, just minus the dinosaurs, but still, I think it's a great game. I think it'll have a dedicated community to it and its own little area in the gaming industry, and a dedicated community, and the ones that will contribute to maybe some like mods or some DLC and stuff like that. I can't wait to see what is in store with us for Icarus. See you next time.